When I was a freshman wrestling at the University of Oregon, my chaplain at the time decided he was going to put together a trip to go to Kenya. And on this trip, it was myself and one of my teammates on the wrestling team, and then another good friend. And we went to Kenya and we hooked up with their national wrestling team for the first part of the trip. And then the second part of the trip, we decided we were going down and we were going to summit Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. Now you have two choices when you do this. You can either find a guide ahead of time, an accredited guide, and pay what an accredited guide costs, or you can just show up and go find a guide once you get there. And that's what we decided to do. So we got it to this last day and we were getting ready to summit this mountain. And at one point we're about halfway up our summit day, and our guide takes us out onto a ledge that's about 2 feet wide. And we walk out on this ledge. On one side, it's just sheer fall for several thousand feet and death. And we get out to the edge of this ledge, and all of a sudden the path ends. And we have to somehow turn around and all go back down this ledge, and then work our way down around this rock face where we have no footholds, and we're literally holding on the rocks with our hands, walking on ice. And our lives were literally hanging in the balance. And this is where we started to realize something was amiss. Eventually, it all worked out. We got to the summit of the mountain. We came down. But when we got down to the bottom of the mountain, we started to hear some rumors from some of the other people that had summoned the mountain and some of our porters that had helped carry our stuff out. And come to find out, our guide actually wasn't a guide. That we had been fooled. That when we started looking for a guide, he had set himself up as a guide, but had actually never led a group up the mountain. So having coached at the college level for several years, I think it's important to realize that being a coach isn't much different than being a guide. And from this experience of climbing this mountain with this guide that wasn't really a guide, I've got a couple questions for all the coaches out there. So the first question is this: who's your guide? Who's that coach that's come before you, that has that wisdom, that has that experience, that is able to share and coach you? Because your job is way too important to just wing it. All need somebody that we're learning. My second question is this: what kind of a guide are you? The original meaning of the word coach was referring to a stagecoach, and that a stagecoach took people from one place to another. And that's what you do as a coach. And the question is, where are you leading your athletes? When they're done with your program, whether it's just a year, 3 years, 4 years, what kind of people are they? Where have you taken them? Are they more prepared to face this life? Do they have better character? Are they ready to face the challenges that will come with adulthood? Or are you like my guide on Mount Kilimanjaro, where you led us out to a ledge with a 5,000-foot fall off one end? So my final question is this: what's your summit? Ultimately, where are you trying to take the athletes in your program? Because it's got to be more than X's and O's, and it's got to be more than winning championships. You as a coach have a chance to impact your kids, your athletes, way beyond their time and your program.